The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Salem Media of Hawaii.
Welcome to Generations Radio, where the focus is on our seniors and their families. We are here each Saturday afternoon from 5 until 6 p.m., bringing you resourceful information with our radio team of professionals in the field of aging. Stay with us for the next 1 hour as we explore different ways to make life more exciting and meaningful for our extraordinary seniors. Right here on AM 690 The Answer. And now, here is our host and the publisher of Generations Magazine, Percy Ihara.
Hey, welcome to Generations Magazine. I'm Percy Ihara. As you know, every Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon, we talk about senior stuff. And thanks for all your calls. I get a call almost every other day, almost every day sometimes, emails from people thanking us for doing this show, thanking us for talking about relevant things for our kupuna. And that's what we do. I mean, that's, as a resource magazine, that's what we do every single day, every weekend, all the events we belong to and put on, all the nonprofits we work for, and for when we're, you know, in the community, that's what we do. So thank you for listening to the Generations Radio Show. Anyway, again, we have our co-host, Miss Melissa Mansfield. How are you, Melissa?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing today?
Good. Now, did I hear a rumor that you have a new job?
You did.
Wow.
No, it's not a rumor. It's fact now. It came true. So I am now the director of AL and memory care.
AL, it means?
Assisted living at Kahala Nui.
Wow,
So
that's like the 5-star hotel.
It's gorgeous in there. And the residents are so nice. It's really just an honor to be with them. Now I'm with them every day. Going to be, except for Sundays maybe.
Well, so you don't volunteer anymore then?
I don't. Last
you used to
week,
volunteer, right?
I volunteered for 2 years, and last weekend was my last day to volunteer. But I am going to still be calling their bingo numbers.
You're still going to do bingo, huh?
I am. I'm going to do it for the independent side.
So you have two. I didn't think about that. Independent side and assisted living side.
Correct.
That's a separate wing called Hiolani?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I get to still be with the variety of seniors.
Well, I love the place, and actually, you have really good food. I've had lunch there, and
They
very
have
good
really
food.
good food.
Oh, you've had lunch there too, Jeff. Okay. Anyway, we're on the side here. We're who's watching us. He's the professional here, Mr. Jeff Apaka, who is on our cover coming out next week. He's our February-March cover boy, as Mike Buck said this morning. But thanks and welcome to the show, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Percy, and thank you. Congratulations to you, man. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
I have many friends that reside at the Kahala mansion, I should say.
It is. Well, come
and the
visit
food
more.
is excellent.
It
yeah,
is
the food is
excellent.
really delicious. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Percy, for. I don't know what to say. I'm nobody. It's just like my ancestors and my father. They were the ones who really. But I kind of take that back because I'm now with the Waikiki Community Center. I've been there for 25 years. Yeah. And I love the kupunas because the fact is I started learning about senior lifestyle when I had two grandparents and I left my show on Maui. I left the profession of singing. And I came back to Waikiki, and a block apart was a maternal and a paternal grandparent. So I took care of two parents, and I didn't know anything about caregiving.
Really?
So it was really, it was kind of like an experience for me. It drained me. I lost weight. I was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Mm-hmm. And it's something that we all have to learn how to do because I think it's called devotion and love.
Yes.
Well, that's why
and love.
That's why the title of your cover story is called Compassion in.
I haven't seen it. I have
haven't
not seen
yet?
it. No, I have not seen it as of yet. I will be sure that I get the first book that
you
comes
will.
to the Waikiki Community Center.
You're going to be
but-
signing autographs.
Yeah. When is it coming up?
It's coming out next week.
Okay.
And it's called Compassion in Action.
Okay.
And when we did our interview, I've known you, Jeff, for a while now, and what's amazing is every time we do a cover story, we always bounce it off people that we know in the industry and friends and for about a month or so.
Right.
I said, "What do you think about this story?" He goes, "Jeff Apaka, really? You're gonna get Jeff Apaka?" Everybody knows you. Everybody.
You're a living legend.
Seriously.
But yeah, it's like I'm really touched. I'm really flattered to be here with you. It's something that I guess I was born back in the territorial days in Waikiki when I used to sleep on Kuhio Avenue in front of my grandma's house, my
Really?
Nana's house. I put my tent up in a sleeping bag. Of course, it was a, what do you call that, fabric, the little sleeping bag. Anyway, I used to sleep on Kuhio Avenue.
Really?
Yeah. Way back during the
safe.
territorial days. It was really safe. But today, in Waikiki, you cannot sleep
Yeah.
on Kuhio Avenue. But I will say that underneath the asphalt or underneath the cement, you have our Aina. This is the land that our ancestors come from. So we're just kind of, toying with it right now. Kala is where it's at. Money is where it's at. And I think that mainly one day we're going to find out what's going to happen. I don't want to say too much, but about anything. But I'm on the neighborhood board of Waikiki for 18 years, so I kind of find out how Waikiki is growing and growing and growing. But I am so happy to hear about Waikiki being the buildings that are already up are being renovated.
Yeah.
There's about 4 hotels that are now in place. They have a label on it, but they've been renovated. They've been gutted out and renovated, and which is really what we need to do. We don't need to build any more high rises
We need to
in
utilize what we have.
Waikiki. Like in Kaka'ako, they're going mad. But, they forget about the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Once they
Absolutely.
build everything, all the pipes go kapakahi.
Yeah.
They go all crazy, So I don't want Waikiki to do that.
Experience that
Please.
too, yeah.
Well, you got a homeless issue over there that needs to be like everywhere else. I mean, I always tell people, think about this. If you were homeless, where would you want to live? In New York, San Francisco, Seattle, or beautiful Waikiki Beach, where it's relatively safe, great people that'll feed you.
Right. Even medical.
I could go on and
Not that I'm
on
promoting
about
it.
this first. I
No.
could go on and on about the president of our United States.
Yeah.
Pardon me. It's really drastic. I'm so happy that we are a state where we welcome anybody and everybody. Everybody is welcome here to our islands.
Yes.
Our state of Hawaii. I'm just. I wish the. Gosh, I don't know what I'm saying here, but I'm talking on the radio. But I do know that there are so many young husbands and wives that can work. And they don't.
Yeah.
And they get the monthly check, and they get Christmas gifts for their children, bicycles, and all they do is drugs and liquor. And it really upsets me to see that we have, at the Waikiki Community Center, we have a emergency food pantry. No, it's not a grocery store. It's an emergency pantry.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, for many, many years, we've been able to change things, and right now, we're only once a week, and that's on a Tuesday from 1 until 2:45 p.m.
Wow.
And can you believe we gave 70 bags of food away?
Wow.
So what I'm saying is, if you have a Lexus or you have a Mercedes, don't come to the Waikiki Community Center to collect food from an emergency food pantry. I mean, there are those and there are those.
What mean they're collecting for their family that are in need?
Well, families there are in need. Yeah, we will go by with it. We'll give them food for their family. But the next time they do come, they have to bring a certificate of each child, a birth certificate,
Oh, really?
so that we know,
where the
and the
food is
federal
going.
government will know also. And that's just the way it is, But I can't say any more than that.
Well, Jeff, everybody in Waikiki knows you, and when this comes out, you're going to get bombarded with emails and calls. But, our photographer, Brian Suda,
Whoa.
took a photo just looking at the first view of his what we call the hero shot, the big picture that begins his story. And if you go back to the front, you'll see the cover. But that's a beautiful picture.
Wow. It's,
I mean, fantastic.
You've got a wonderful crew, professional crew. I will say that. From your interview, I can just say that.
He's looking at his
The
picture.
color, we shot it at on Waikiki Beach and in
Jeff
Kapolani
Apaka,
Park.
compassion in action. Well, that's really. Oh gosh, that is wonderful.
So,
Great.
I just wish that everyone will. I thank you very much, Percy, for having me on there. And it's really weird. I'm at the community center. If you need me, if you want me, you can come to the Waikiki Community Center. If you want to donate any money, you can donate, because we're a nonprofit 501c3, and we have got a wonderful preschool there, and we have a wonderful program for the kapuna as well as the adults, I should say.
Right.
It's not only for kapuna; it's for everybody, because we don't turn anyone away. We've got 2 memberships, one under 55 and above 55, so there's 2. And they get a newsletter in the mail or on their online monthly. So you get 12 newsletters a year.
Let's
which
take a
is really
step
great.
backward,
Yeah,
Jeff.
sure.
For your story, a lot of people do. You grew up here, but then you moved away and went to school in the mainland, and you came back, right?
Well, yeah, I left Punahou. I left in the first grade, about probably the half a year in the first grade, and had to go to L.A. And why is because Mr. Ski knows Bob Hope discovered my old man, and so he signed him up. Yeah.
Oh.
He signed him up, and so I had to follow my parents, to Hollywood, to the Knickerbocker Hotel. Miller High Life, Miller High Life, a champagne. I mean, I saw all the neon lights and went, oh, this is fascinating,
Absolutely.
But, back in those days, I flew on a Pan Am, which took 9 hours.
Wow.
So I flew out of the old airport on Lagoon Drive,
Uh-huh.
and we landed at the old L.A. International on Sepulveda. And then when I came home, I landed probably again at the old Lagoon Drive. But then when I went back to Los Angeles, I ended up landing at the brand new LAX.
Oh, really? LAX?
And then I came back here to Honolulu, and that's when I came to the brand new Honolulu International Airport. So it's kind of different,
Absolutely.
But you went to Beverly Hills High, or you went to school there, right?
I graduated from there.
The Beverly Hills High
Beverly
School?
Hills High School.
That's all the well-known actors back
Well,
in the days. The
you
kids
know,
went, right?
we didn't know anything. It was our parents who were the big people. None of us came into view until maybe later on. The only person that I can really think about in my class was Rob Reiner. He became Meathead in All in the Family. And then the
He's a
class
director now.
Well, he's a well-known director.
He's
Rob Reiner?
Rob Reiner.
Reiner was in your
Yeah.
class? Wow.
He was Carl Reiner's son.
Right.
And Carl Reiner was here with Alfred Apaka in the military, and they put on all the USO shows.
Really? That's how they met?
Yeah, that's how they met.
Wow,
And
that's
so
a
later
cool
on,
story.
when Alfred Apaka was on the Dinah Shore show, who was the co-host but Carl Reiner?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. They're
So
in the military
it's kind of
together?
like. Yeah, it really is kind of different. Yeah, it's kind of like I went with school with the son, and here the father was, with my father and blah 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 blah. So it's kind of a history,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So your father was in the Army with Carl Reiner and together. That's how they met?
Well, yeah, that was one way they met, and then they saw one another on the Dinah Shore show, and I wasn't there, but of course I'm thinking that they probably, wow, I can't believe it. And
See, Melissa's too young to know those shows.
yeah.
I do know a couple. I do remember the
See
Bob Hope
the
when he was going
USA
around.
in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to go. Mwah. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that. No. I read that. So your dad actually wanted to be a doctor.
Right.
So how did that transform from
He could sing,
singer,
that's why.
right? Well, I know.
If I could sing, I would quit doing a public.
There's a lot of people that can sing, but
It's funny. When he was a young boy, I don't know what age he was, but my great-grandaunt Lydia Aholo, who you may have heard about, was hanai by Princess Liliuokalani, and then she became the queen of our islands, of our Aina. She taught my grandfather how to sing, and so the son would always pop in every now and then, munching on an apple or what have you not, and then one day he came in and he went, "Bye!" He belted out, something that probably Tutu, as I called her, Auntie Tutu had taught Grandpa. And so it was really kind of a weird thing because Tutu was kind of like really shocked.
right.
And so today those of you that saw Pops on stage with the Red Carnation Lay, it was because of Tutu. She said that whenever Liliuokalani, Lydia, had gone to Lahaina Maui, she always went to Keahi and Luther's home. And in the garden were these red carnations that had the most beautiful scent. So there's a Holo Road in Lahaina Maui on Front Street, right by the Puamana Estates, which of course I love. And there was the house where Luther and Keahi lived. And it's so funny that Tutu had mentioned, Tutu wasn't even born yet. And she said, do me a favor, please. Honor our queen by wearing a red carnation lei on stage. So my father had double red carnations flown in from Maui. At the time, he was here until 1960 when I was 13 years of age. So from thence, I don't know when that was, when he told, when she told him to wear the red carnation lei. So that has been a very thing with me. Symbolic. When I wear a red carnation lei, there's no more Maui red carnations that smell like that.
Yes.
But I get the kind of small red carnations because the big mainland kind, are really, they're really too big,
and they don't really smell.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
So there's no more stink. Oh, no more smell.
Well, now when you pick up the new magazine and you see Jeff with a red carnation lei, now you can bring it back.
Well, yeah.
Is that why you're wearing the red carnation?
I wore that every Sunday. I know it probably is a little bit deco for the young people.
Yeah.
But there's a story behind it, and that's what's so fabulous.
Yeah, the story behind it is really terrific. There's a story behind the song Aloha Oe that was written by Liliuokalani. And but I'll tell you that later on. But let's go back to the red carnation lei. It's a thing that I wore. It's kind of retro, yes, retro. There's a statue of Alfred Apaka at the Hilton Hawaiian Village.
Yeah, where's it at the village, by the way? Where exactly is it? By Tapa Bar?
It's in the Tapa Tower on the ground floor.
Okay.
And right behind him is the Hilton has put up a beautiful history wall that used to be 12 windows, and now it's gone up to 16 windows.
What do you mean, windows?
Windows of the history.
All
of the history of the Hilton Hawaiian Village Hotel from Henry Kaiser days.
Oh, wow.
All the way to today. But it's wonderful. You have got to see it. I went there for the opening just recently with Iva Kinimaka.
Really?
So it was really nice that the hotel had invited all of the performers from the Henry Kaiser days to the Hilton days, and so those that could make it made it. So it was really wonderful.
Wow. And it's so funny. I was talking to Mike Buck, and he goes, "Hey, I've known that bugger for over 60 years." Huh?
Well, let's see. I was 10 years old then. Yeah, we were Nancy Buck from the sample shops, and Mark Buck, the father, and Mark Jr., and his sisters, and I mean, we can go on and on. We can talk about the Buck family for days, I think the last time they lived down in Papu Circle, I believe, they were living in an A-frame right across from the ocean. It was a great surf spot, and that was many, 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 many years ago. But I'm sure Mike Buck can fill us in about where he lived. But yeah, getting back to the red carnation lace, I was very retro working at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Hotel because I did wear white, yes, and I did wear a red carnation lei, yes. So I was kind of like the Alfred Apaka. The sounds that came through me were the sounds that he had produced while growing up there. Well, I grew up there, but when he performed there for Henry Kaiser in the Tapa room, which was just like where the elevators of the Tapa Tower is located.
Well, we have a picture of you and the statue, his statue, and you are wearing a red carnation lei.
Okay.
But we don't see that too much anymore, yeah? The red carnation lei.
No, we recently, well, I can say recently, we did a big fundraising event for the Waikiki Community Center at the Hilton Hawaiian Village in the Coral Ballroom, which we have for the past years. And I said, let's go with the double red carnation leis. And so they said, well, that's kind of different. So I had found out through one of our wonderful members that one of the people that was honored, she wore that the next day.
Oh, nice.
She wore that flower lei that she was awarded with, and she wore it the next day. So it was really kind of a very nice thing, for a retro, that's my favorite word, retro, lei. But thank you very much. Yeah.
So I know you mentioned you were performing in Waikiki in Maui, but you had your own show in Maui?
Well, no, it was writs by the late Tom Moffat.
Oh, really? Oh.
And it was produced by the late Tom Moffat and written by Keola Beamer.
Oh, really? Oh.
So we had a very wonderful stage. It was kind of narrow, but you had footprints in the back of the sets, so you had to step in the footprints. If you stepped elsewhere, you'd be on the stage. You know what I mean? So it was a very fine show. We had rain and fire, and
Really?
we had everything, you name it. And I think a lot of shows that are produced here in the islands probably have, we didn't have a hydraulic machine to lift the stage up and all that kind of rigmarole. But yes, we did have a volcano that erupted. We did have a scrimmage star. We did have wind. We did have a motion picture screen, and we did have an automobile on the stage. And
what hotel was this?
It was at the Maui Surf Hotel, which is
really?
now the Maui Weston
I've
Hotel.
Been there. I've stayed there many times.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You don't see those shows anymore.
No.
It was only $19.
Wow.
A buffet
You don't get the price
dinner,
anymore either.
and this show was wonderful, a 90-minute show. And we ran out, to the very front, and we signed autographs and signed pictures and albums and CDs and all that. And, I miss Uncle Tom. I called him Kimosabe.
Yeah, well, he tapes over here at Salem Media as well. And I would see him on the weekends when I first started. And, it was such a great guy. I mean, just so.
And
humble.
he's married to one of my dear friends, Sweetie.
Right.
Sweetie is another dear friend.
Yeah.
But
So-
I don't want to be involved in all that kind of rigmarole. I mean, there's a lot of my friends who are now leaving us.
Yeah.
As
we all age, we're all going to go on at some point.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true.
And that's why we just try to promote trying to be healthy and stay young like you, Jeff. Like I said, look at your pictures. I mean, you're still in great shape.
The health is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've turned to probably watching all the ingredients of everything that I purchase. And I do purchase my whole condominium in the kitchen area are all from a health food store. And though I look at the health food items that are included or ingredients in all the items, and I won't buy anything that has additives,
Yeah.
So, I think the health is really the most important thing, and exercising.
Yeah.
If you walk fast, the other day I had taken a group of maybe 20 to hear Dr. Brady talk in the JABSM, the John A. Burns Medical School, in the auditorium, and they were absolutely fascinated. And he said that the faster you walk, if you take your pulse, your heart's beating like that.
Yep.
If you're walking and your pulse is like this, that means nothing. So you have to like have nothing in your hands, and you have to walk fast, and that's really a good exercising for you to do. And get your blood pressure tested at the fire department or wherever for free. You have to do that.
Yep, we all need to stay healthy.
You all need to stay
Mr.
healthy.
Jeff Apaka, our cover boy for February, March there. We're here with him. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back talk about Waikiki Community Center,
all right.
Waikiki,
Sure.
and all the rest of your lovely life you're doing. Anyway, we'll be right back after this short break.
We will be right back with Percy Ihara from Generations Radio. If you have any questions or want to be part of our discussion, give us a call at 296-5467. That's 296-5467. This is Generations Radio on AM 690 The Answer.
Moon Physical Therapy is here to help you back to recovery. Moon Physical Therapy is located on Ward Avenue across from Sports Authority. Physician prescribed for motor vehicle accidents, workman's comp, or that body pain that comes from rushing to play without warming up. Also event cardiopulmonary rehabilitation with our one-on-one patient care. Moon's Aquatherapy heated endless pool allows for low-impact exercise with less pain on land. We will give you the right exercises to get you back to health. Ask your doctor to prescribe Moon Physical Therapy. Moon Physical Therapy. We achieve results.
Aloha, this is Martha Clopin.
And Al Harrington. Choosing the right Medicare plan not only saves you money, it also helps you avoid headaches and heartaches down the road.
We want to remind everyone
to listen to a Medicare Moment with Martha, Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we help answer important questions on Medicare so you can stay healthy, wealthy, and wise all year long.
Call me at 543-2073, 543-2073.
The name to remember for primary health care in Hawaii is Dr. Jeffrey Lin, board-certified family physician with over 20 years' experience and a special interest in taking care of senior citizens. He's now located in the Kuakini Medical Plaza. And from now to the end of March, Dr. Lin is offering free flu shots to protect you and your family this flu season. To schedule an appointment, please call 824-0411 or log into mdhonolulu.com. Dr. Jeffrey Lin, healthcare for the whole family at mdhonolulu.com.
I was an addict from the age of 13. I finally decided it was time for a change. I walked into the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, and that got me ready for the real world. Now, I choose to be guided by Jesus Christ, and today, I'm building a powerful and promising future, free from drugs and alcohol.
Please shop at the Salvation Army family stores. With our discounted sales, your support through your purchase helps men live a clean, sober, and productive life.
Got Vegas on your mind? Get Vacations Hawaii on the line. Vacations Hawaii offers weekly 4 and 5 night Honolulu to Vegas packages, which include 3 meals daily from $6.99. Stay at Hawaii's favorite casinos, California, Fremont, Main Street Station, and Orleans Hotel. Vacations Hawaii will get you there in comfort on deluxe wide-body 767 planes with complimentary in-flight hot meal service. Vacations Hawaii's frequent flyer program gives you future travel discounts and credits. So if you're ready to win big, call Vacations Hawaii at 591-4777 or visit pointVacationsHawaii.com.
Today, more than ever, we local people are living longer than any other state in the Union, with more seniors, baby boomers, and caregivers. Generations Radio promotes the importance to be proactive as we all age. The radio team will focus on issues facing our seniors and their families, finding resources to navigate healthy aging along with financial, legal, and caregiving information. So join Percy Ihara from 5 until 6 each Saturday, right here on AM 690 The Answer. Focusing on the issues facing our seniors and their families today. Here's our Generations Radio host, Percy Ihara.
Welcome back to Generations Radio. As you know, our February-March issue is coming out next week. Yeah, this was the second week or third week of February. We're every other month, so 6 times a year. If you missed an issue, you can go to generations808.com, go to our website, click on the big icon issues, and you'll pull up all the covers from the very first issue that we did with Kirk Matthews. You can find my friend Ron Moon's cover there, Keith Kaneshiro, the old Governor Abercrombie. Who else did we do? We did Stuart Ho. We've done Kirk Matthews. We've done Linda Coble. So a lot of great iconic people like my friend here, Jeff. But anyway, we did want to mention, you go to our Facebook page. You can like us. You can share all our articles, which you are slowly doing now, thanks to our UH intern, Shayna, who posts 3 times a week of all the different stories in the magazine. But I know, Melissa, both of us are involved with the local organization that work in their senior marketplace, Hawaii Pacific Gerontological Society. And why don't you go ahead and mention those things coming up?
Yeah, so we actually... So UH and Hawaii Pacific Gerontological Society are going to be hosting Career Day in Aging. It's going to be Tuesday, March 14th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at UH main campus center. What is it? The Campus Center Ballroom.
Campus Center Ballroom, yeah.
Okay. I've yet to visit that. So, and it's going to be great for students, job seekers, so anyone that's looking for a career in the aging field, as well as any vendors that want to participate. For participation, there is a fee, but it is free for students and those looking for careers.
And they can go to hpgs.org. They can always email me, Percy at generations808.com. But that's great because a lot of our listeners are older, so maybe their kids or their grandkids that want to get into this field or have experience.
And those that have a caregiving experience are looking to get into the caregiving arena. Yep,
anything in the medical field, actually.
Anything,
yeah. But you know what the best part is? They're going to serve pizza.
Yes, that I was going to say, free pizza and refreshments, and there's going to be door prizes.
No, the reason why I say that is I don't usually buy pizza.
You just wait for an event. There's always
No,
pizza.
it's true. I wait for the event. Like coming up, our Kukua Council that meets the last Monday of every month. They either serve the healthy Subway sandwiches or pizza.
And they had salads.
Yeah, and salad. For $5, you can't beat that, Jeff. The third Friday, last Friday, Monday of the month. And then we also have coming up the first Friday of the month. I get them all confused.
There's so many events. So first Friday of
every
the month, there is the Kapuna Caucus. It's at the state capitol. The room changes from time to time. Last time it was 329.
Yeah.
And last time the time changed too, but normally it's at 1:30.
1:30 to 3:30. You can get on our mailing list if you want to email us. Just go to Percy at generations808.com. We are the resource, so there's a lot of different events around town. And in July, we are also having our regular job fair, right?
Yes, at Catholic Charities of Hawaii.
And that's in July.
That
I can't remember, the 10th, I think it's on a Saturday.
It is.
So people that are looking for a job.
It's going to be on the 15th.
15th of July.
Mm-hmm.
It's a job fair, so it's for our industry, for anything aging. If you're looking at this career as a career, or if you're looking at a new career, it's going to be at the Catholic Charities facility there on Keomoku Street. But we do expect a lot of people because, this is a great field to be in. Healthcare is the only really industry that's really growing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, tourism is always great, but, do you really want to work nights? Do you really want to work weekends in the tourism field? Maybe.
And also, as we age, there's going to be new opportunities, going to be new businesses that are going to be blooming and blossoming. And, and there's also just great resources out there. There's going to be, I know there's going to be agencies that will hire caregivers at the UH job fair. So there's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah. And also,
really
if you want to know about more events, you can go to our generations808.com website and click on the calendar tab, and you'll see more and more events. We'll be adding more and more events throughout the year, throughout the month. Anything to do with senior issues, families, our kupuna, we'll have workshops there. We'll have different events. Most of them, if not all of them, will be free. So it's a great resource, but I know a lot of people call and email me. They're looking for resources. They have questions about issues, so I can at least point them in the right direction of who to call, because I'm not an expert of anything except for maybe finance, but I do have a lot of connections. We do have a lot of resources out there, state, city, federal, nonprofits, for-profit companies in Hawaii. So as a resource magazine, we're always willing to share that information. So like you, Jeff, we're here with Jeff Apaka, Waikiki Community Center, 25 years.
Yep.
Now, you told me a story earlier about how you got started there. I like that story. It's a great story, how you had talked to somebody about bringing the program over there.
Yeah, it started probably with the founder, and her name was Jerry Lee. She came from Mo'iliili, but she wanted to start a community center. She wanted to be alone. She wanted to be in Waikiki. So she skipped and around Waikiki. And so the very last place that she was next door where the Banyan is located right now, the Aston Aqua Banyan.
Uh-huh.
That used to be Kauai Annex West.
Oh, wow.
And
really?
she had an office in there, and it burnt to the ground.
Oh,
wow.
And on her board was Gladys Brandt.
Wow.
And her best friend was Clorinda Lucas. Clorinda Lucas, who's that?
No, yeah, who's that?
Nainoa Thompson's grandmother.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she was with Queen Liliuokalani Trust Company.
Mm-hmm.
And so she gave her friend to give to Jerry Lee some do-re-mi, some kala, some money.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was invited to then open her shop at the Queen Liliuokalani Gardens, where Gardens is today. But that used to be a cockroach haven over there.
Really?
So she was bouncing around Waikiki like mad. And so it was at the very, very time when the parochial schools of Waikiki were leaving. At the same time, as a matter of fact, the St. Augustine Church was going to be moved over to Aloha Drive.
Mm.
Oh.
So it was voted against it. But actually, Hiram Fong Jr. was a senator back then when Governor Ariyoshi was our governor of the state of Hawaii. And they both had agreed to let the Waikiki Senior Program and the Waikiki Drug Clinic come into that vicinity, which is 1 acre of land. And there's 3 buildings. And so actually the Waikiki Community Center is in the Paukalani Avenue side.
Right.
And on the Ohua side is the Waikiki Health. And that Waikiki Health used to be a convent. Wow. It was a nunnery, you know?
Oh, I didn't know
so
that. That one I didn't know.
People don't know that. But if you had gone to school, if you graduated from St. Augustine parochial school, elementary school, you'll know that. It's really funny that for 25 years, I have seen so many children that have gone to our preschool at the Waikiki Community Center, which is called Early Learning Center, because it's wonderful that the children are with these adult teachers and aides, and they converse with them, and there's more conversing and more knowledge, that they are learning. And they go home to their parents who speak another foreign language, and they teach them English.
Wow, nice.
It's really amazing. And it's really fine to know these kinds of things. But what I'm saying is these children from preschool days are now grown-ups and have their own children, and they can't remember, or they remember me, or they don't remember me, But it's really funny to not know who I is, or who I was, or who I am, but I'm still there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got amazing stories. Just listening to the history, it's
we
like
could
a
go
living
on.
legend.
Yeah, we could go on and on. But being raised in Waikiki and being taken away in Los Angeles and for a while, and graduating and then coming back here, my feet are in the ground here. I'm not leaving home, because this is where probably my culture, my ancestors, my Aina, my Malama, my everything is right here in Hawaii. And I'm going to stay here until the day I die. And
in Waikiki.
Yeah. I'm living in Waikiki. And I'll probably go back for any of community services that I probably will need. Yeah. And I will probably, Makidai did, probably in my condo here in Waikiki. Since I am the owner, I can diet it,
Well, it's funny. That is actually one of my long-term goal. I told my wife I belong to the Elks, and I love that area because it's close, but not in a congested heart of Waikiki, but further out near Kapolini Park. We're right in the ocean, so I told her I'd like to sell my house at some point down the road and move down there. Right. If you don't want to cook for me, I'll go eat it over at the Elks. Go swim at the Elks, because swimming has become a big part of my life now as I try to stay in shape. But it's just so cool. But you guys do have a lot of programs at Waikiki Community Center. Could you just mention a few of those?
We have a lot of programs that visitors can go and see on the board. It's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have got 70 different programs that happen there each week. And we have a membership at the front door. You can ask lovely Donna or anyone that comes to the front door for an application and a newsletter. And we have the main thing is I want everyone to think healthy, think of moving around, because we have all these programs that are for these kinds of people that are in need. And there are over 20,000 people that live in Waikiki, right? And there are so many homebound people that are in the high-rises, the walk-ups, and we want them to call the Waikiki Community Center a second home. We want them to come, because there's a bus stop right on Kuhio Avenue that will bring them to Waikiki and take them back home or wherever they may live. But we have a parking lot which is a custom for anyone that is coming to the programs there. They've got a parking lot for free, as long as you go to the programs. You can't go to the beach or go to a restaurant, park there, because we'll have you towed.
Right.
But
I remember last time you were here, you guys had mentioned, so you have Tai Chi.
Yes.
I mean, just some of these, hula,
Pilates,
they have, you guys had so many.
We have so many.
There's really no excuse to not calm down. And did you have cooking classes? I remember.
We don't have a cooking class, no. We should, though, maybe later on.
We all like to
health food.
Yeah. And also how to read the labels. I know you had mentioned, reading labels, and I know that's a big thing for any generation, is just knowing what we put in our body so we can stay healthy. Maybe that could be a class to teach seniors what to look for, what to stay away from.
With the additives. You have to stay away from the additives. And you have to go for the natural foods because there are proteins in vegetables. There's protein in legumes, which are beans, I was just... I learned the other day that when I buy a can of beans, I will rinse the beans off in the faucet water, and then I will also sit it in the refrigerator in water so that the gas will leave the bean.
And maybe the salt too. That's
and
already
the salt
yes.
but there's no salt in the health food item. So you have to be sure that when you buy that ingredient, if you can go to a health food store, the more power to you.
Yes.
Because also maybe if you go to a regular market, look for the health items that they have on sale. But be sure that you take your can of beans from a health food store or from another store, and be sure that you rinse it out and put it in the refrigerator for a couple of days, because that will be that deletes the salts, the sodiums, and it also deletes the gas.
You know, I'm kind of old school. I buy the bag of beans and I soak
Very
them
good.
that way.
Very good.
I stay away from canned items.
Yeah, very good. There's no additives whatsoever in. But yeah, it is a process of soaking it.
It is.
And,
you have to think about, like, what am I going to, and I do.
Yeah.
I think about what am I going to be cooking for dinner tonight, and, what am I cooking
Exactly.
on Sunday, and, I already have that thought process.
Yeah, like people say, what's for dinner tonight? Oh, Costco.
Yeah.
What's for breakfast? Oh, Costco. What's for Costco,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
But,
Pizza.
but cheap, fast food is cheaper than regular good food.
But it's no good for you.
Yeah.
Fast foods are no good for you because, your opu has got intestines, which is just the size of a, a hose that is like folded up a lot. Okay, when you eat something that is not going to plug you up, you're going to be bloated and you're going to have an opu because you're blocking your intestines, which goes all the way to the kind, which forms cancer.
Yeah.
So you want to be sure that you don't eat the wrong things that's going to block. And I will say that probably Metamucil is probably the best thing to buy in a health food store called psyllium husk
Corn
powder.
Corn husk.
Yeah, if you go to a store and you buy the additives, which has got the phony of taste and the phony color of Metamucil, all of my doctors go and buy Metamucil from the store, but I'm the only one that goes to a health food store and buys the original, the non-additives.
You take psyllium? You psyllium?
I use psyllium husk every day.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I
because
very important.
You have everything that came out. Everything comes out, and that's really what you need to do. You don't need to have an opu.
Yeah.
Opu nui. That means that you've got probably something that's blocking for umpteen years.
Yeah.
So, I went to my cousin. She was an iridologist. And
iridologist, what is that?
Yeah.
She studied iridology in Germany, and she's a Kamehameha graduate, mind you. And your iris in your eyes can tell you when it's all muddy and filthy, dirty like that, she cannot see. So she wants to probably tell you not to eat and not to smoke and not to drink and blah, blah, blah. And so then when you come back in 30 days, then she can see the irises are more better. And then she said, well, now you can go back on. You can go. But she doesn't want you to drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes. That's a no-no as far as I'm concerned. I gave it up 7 years ago, smoking and drinking. But anyway, iridology is the iris.
Oh.
So kind of like looking
in Germany,
in the windows
they
of
call it
your soul.
iridology, and over here in America, we call it iridology.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, what can I say?
I've heard that before. I didn't know that term, but I've heard when they look in your eyes, they can see how clear your iris is, I guess.
Wow.
Right. And she had me on what they called a liver flush. And so the end of the 6 weeks after I did everything that she said, I had to take a piece of paper to the lua that next morning because, the evening beforehand, I had a half a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice and a half a cup of olive oil. And I had to sip it through a straw. and put my right knee up as far as possible and lay on my right side and then go to sleep. Put it down and go to sleep. The next morning is when I had to take the piece of paper to the lua, and I had to write whether I had ink. The liver flush ink would stay at the bottom of the toilet bowl, and if I had any parasites, or if I had any anything that was really kind of really bad, you know.
That's interesting.
Like, dude, I have any gallstones?
Yeah.
I had soft gallstones. So she saved it. She saved it in a jar of whatever, you know. And she said, these are Jeff Apakas, you know. I went, oh, my God. So that's how things are. And I had a colonic irrigation for many, many times. I can go on and on about the iridology.
Well, tell me more about you're involved in the Dukanamoku Beach Challenge. Is that correct?
Whoa,
that's every
coming,
year.
Every
coming
year.
Up? When is it coming up?
It's coming on
April,
on May the 7th.
Oh, May 7th.
May it's on a Sunday.
Oh, I'm going to put it down.
It's going to be at the Hilton Hawaiian Village on the Dukanamoku Beach and the Dukanamoku Lagoon. And we have entertainment, we have crafters, we have teams that participate in quarter-mile canoe sprints and SUPs, stand-up paddle, you know. And so it's going to be really exciting, and we have a great entertainment lineup of performers that come out for the Waikiki Community Center. And we're looking forward. You know, this is going to be probably the 32nd year.
Wow.
And it was formerly called the Alawai Challenge. And it was because a board member that was with a bank, he named it the Alawai Challenge. So we've held on that name for quite some time. Until we had to move out of the Alawai for certain purposes.
I don't like
you guys grew. And
that we had to go up and down Waikiki. I went up and down Waikiki, and I found that the Hilton Hawaiian Village was the only place to go.
Well, perfect. So, it's a perfect location, and you guys have done it for so
really
many years.
And there's so much population.
Yeah, and you get everything from young kids to the kupuna out there. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But Jeff, you know, thank you so much. I mean, time has flown by.
So flown by. I could go on talking.
Know. I know.
You are a living legend.
Yeah. Can I just say that I know somewhere in the article there is the USPS address in Washington, D.C. I just hope that everyone that is listening, thank you very much for listening to me, but there is an Alfred Apaka stamp that's going to come out on March 19th of 2019. That is, if you write a letter to the USPS, you don't have to say much. If you remember Pop's, fine. If you don't, say you're in support of Alfred Apaka. That's all, and that's all they want to know. You know, because there's 50,000 applicants per year, and they only select 25.
Really? Wow.
So
we got to get that push going.
Yeah, we really do.
But, you know, Jeff, you've been so gracious. Your story's great. Your photos are great. You still look young. I hope to see you back out singing some point.
Well,
I love
you.
Hawaiian music, you know.
I know.
We got to get it back in Waikiki. That's one of my things I wish I could do, too.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, we'll talk to you soon. We'll have dinner or lunch pretty soon next week.
Thank you. Let's do.
Okay?
Okay, aloha.
Thank you. Aloha.
Bye-bye.
Jeff Apaka, our February-March cover boy here. Thank you so much. We're here every Saturday from 5 to 6, Sunday from 3 to 4. Melissa, have a great weekend.
You too.
Aloha.
Aloha.
And live well.